I'm Kathy Peffin with World at Work TV. Today I'm here with Lori Block from Xerox HR Consulting. Lori, in your description of well-being, you use the term thrive. Can we're beginning to hear that word a lot. Can you explain what that really means?
Certainly. Obviously, thriving is a step above, several steps above surviving. And when you think about it in terms of total well-being, obviously from a physical well-being standpoint, it means that you feel good. You have the energy to do what you want to do each day.
Right.
You may still be dealing with a disability or something like that, but that you really can get through the day doing what you want to do without being hampered by illness or injury or what have you. But it really is more than not being sick or not being injured. It's really just having that energy and mentally, physically to go about and get the most out of life. Professionally, thriving, of course, means that you love your job, or at least you like it or don't hate it, that you're engaged in what you're doing, you enjoy the people that you work with, that it's not just drudgery to get out of bed every day, right? It's that you're not just earning a paycheck, but you're earning a paycheck in a way that really gives value to your life. And then there's all the other aspects of well-being, which is, I think, when those come into play is what really takes you from kind of that survival to that thriving. You're financially healthy, you're engaged with your society, you have positive personal relationships. All of that goes into thriving.
So through the years, we've seen the terms go from total compensation to total rewards to total well-being. What should employers be thinking about when they think about this concept of total well-being?
Well, I think the important thing for me when I think about it is, first of all, to not think of it necessarily as new or as a separate program. The way I think about it is, total rewards is those programs represent the investment the employer makes in the employee. And for years, we've really focused on communicating the total value and the total spend. Total well-being, though, is really what the employee can derive from those programs. If the employee takes advantage and engages effectively with those programs, they'll get total well-being out of it, and then in that way, the employer is really maximizing their investment in the total rewards program. So a simple way to think of it is they're opposite sides of the same coin.
So obviously at Total Wellbeing, there's been a lot of research about total rewards and now total well-being and different pieces of what all of that means. How are you finding that it impacts the business?
There's a number of studies out there that show that individuals who are thriving in all the areas of well-being miss less work. They're more focused and engaged when they're at work. They're far less likely to leave their employers or look for another job within the next 12 months. They're engaged, they're energized, they want to be there. And yes, they cost their employer less in terms of healthcare claims. But increasingly, employers that are really focusing on this total well-being concept, they're not leading with the goal of reducing healthcare claims costs. They're really wanting to go after creating that more engaged, energized, motivated person.
So as HR practitioners or individuals that are at the conference or anybody else who is viewing our TV episode here, what would you suggest to them to get started to be on this path to well-being and to thriving?
For me, the first thing is to really think about this as not a new program, not a separate program, because I know senior executives get a little frustrated when yet a new program rolls out. So I think that's first and foremost. Obviously, you need to have the right plans and programs and resources in place. Without that, you don't really have anything. A lot of it really does come down to communications and engagement. So really thinking about linking your organization's mission and your values to this concept of total well-being, and what does that mean? What does what you do as a business mean to the individual? And make sure that those are connected, because in that case, they really become real. It's not some artificial construct that the employer is just trying to foist upon their benefits and compensation programs.
I'm Kathy Peffin for World at Work TV.